It's just a pretty clear definition of what this is. For those of you who like the word version versus the visual version, this is regional. It is not statewide. There's always a time and a place, right? For a blue ribbon task force on healthcare, right? Or a statewide manufacturing council. But these are regional because manufacturing in the Pueblo area is going to be very different, right, than manufacturing in the Fort Collins area. Even healthcare is going to look very, very different, especially from metro to rural. And so it's really important that they're regional and they respect that place. These are place-based. They are partnerships of business leaders within that industry who work together with their public partners and a whole array of public partners. If you haven't caught on yet, these are not workforce-only initiatives. We believe very, very strongly, to some of Francie's earlier points, that sustainability of employer engagement requires that you are integrating economic development with education and training and workforce development. And if you take it too narrow, it becomes an initiative. We're not building an initiative, we're building a partnership. This is different from a lot of other things that we do. And so hopefully these are fairly obvious, especially for those of you who are one of these, right? You work for a workforce development board, or you're the director of, you're with a chamber of commerce. Those are entities that are important and play a role. They are not in themselves a partnership like we're describing, right? So just because you convene employers or companies or have them on your membership list does not make you a sector partnership, right? It has got to be a distinct entity of employers and companies within a similar industry in a similar region. Similarly, these are not education advisory boards, right? Which we are all required if we're in education at whatever level required to usually have, right? Some sort of board of employers that are checking your curriculum and your credentials, not the same thing. In the best cases though, they play a role and they are integrated. Career pathway employer groups, economic development organizations. You can see here, right, the whole list of potential confusion. And so it's important to us to really be clear that these are different. The ones at the bottom, I'm going to say, like focus groups and skills panels, sector training initiatives, those really should come out of a strong sector partnership, right? And so one way to look at this too is, how do all of these either entities or types of activities like focus groups or roundtables and summits actually integrate with a strong sector partnership and even become some of the major activities or tracks that a sector partnership is going on.